Oh, he's done it again, hasn't he? He has done it again. And look, what's worse is he did it twice. But he might even get away with the first one because of how bad the second one was. I'm not going to sit here and defend the undefendable. I was quite high praising of Onana off the back of the Southampton game. He kept us in it in that first half against Southampton. Today, he has thrown away any opportunity we had of getting back into that match. We were in a pretty good position, I thought, prior to the two Onana mistakes in this game. And he wasn't the only one culpable in this game, but he's going to take the headlines, and rightfully so, especially for that third goal. That is one of the worst goalkeeping mistakes I've ever seen. You can defend some of them. I could defend the ones against Bayern Munich. I could defend the one against Gibbs White in the Forest game. I can't defend that. I can't defend that in the slightest. And what I think's happened is he's tried to make up for what happened on the second goal. Because on the second goal, it's his ball. That cross comes in from Minte, and that is Onana's ball. It is in the 6-yard area. I've spent countless years talking about David De Gea not coming for crosses. That was a prime example of the exact same situation. Ball comes into the back post. Onana needs to just come out and gather it. And again, he's not the only one that's culpable. Mazraoui had an absolute shocker today, and I will call him out after I've been singing his praises all season. Mazraoui's had a shocker today. He should have been better at marking Mitoma, but Onana has to come out for that first cross. Because of that, he then overcommits for the second cross. And the reasons why it's so bad, firstly, because he's just not held it, and there is no excuse for not holding it. There's not a lot of pace on the cross. He just needs to gather it. He's a professional goalkeeper. He's an international goalkeeper. He's got to Champions League finals. He's challenged for league titles in Italy and in Holland. He is a top, in theory, top-level goalkeeper. He should be able to just claim that cross, and he's dropped it. But what also has happened is he's got absolutely no awareness of what's around him. There's no danger from that cross. It's going nowhere. There's no Brighton player at the back post. There's two Manchester United players on the cover. He doesn't need to come out for that cross. He needed to come out for the cross on the second one. Not the third one, but that's what I think's happened. I think he knows he should have come out for the cross on the second one. And he's just gone, right, well, I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to come out and get this one, completely oblivious to the fact that there's no danger whatsoever until he creates it and it's 3-1 and it's game over and he's got to take the blame for it. But he's not the only one. Because, I'll be honest with you, I don't even think Brighton played that well today. They've had 3 shots on target. They've scored all 3. We've had 1 shot on target and we've scored that. That's the big problem again today, our lack of chance creation. I don't even think we played that bad in the first half either. That's what's most concerning coming out of this. We're on the receiving end of another home defeat, another defeat to Brighton, and certainly in the first half, I thought we played pretty well, and for the entirety of the game, I don't think Brighton played that good. But second half, we were absolute garbage. There's just nothing, absolutely nothing to get excited about in that second half. There is not a single player that can hold their head up high for that second half performance. They were woeful, absolutely tragic. Not a single substitution made any impact on the game whatsoever. So maybe you can lobby that at Amarin, but it's the same old story. They don't come out for the second half when they've played well in the first half. And I think they did play well in the first half. Obviously, the goal is another disappointment. And this is where I come back to Mazraoui. And I come back to what I said about playing Harry Maguire against teams that are going to sit back off us. He falls asleep. It's a great ball from Carlos Baleba. Don't get me wrong. It's a great ball from Baleba. It's a great first touch from Mitoma. But Mazraoui is absolutely sleeping. It's one ball in behind. We're playing a back 5. And the whole back 5 has been caught out. And because of the lack of pace from Harry Maguire, we can't get back in quickly enough in the middle of the pitch. It's a ball across. Onana can't do anything about this one. And it's a simple tap in and it's 1-0 to Brighton. From that point onwards, Brighton didn't even have a shot for the remainder of that first half. we played some pretty good stuff. I thought Xerxes was linking up the play well. I thought Mainoo was doing all right. I think Dallo had a better game than he has in over the last few. He was being front-footed like he was against Trent. He was getting round the outside of Veltman, getting the ball into dangerous areas. But the shots were just... They were half-hearted, or they were just shots that should never have been taken that were easily blocked. We weren't causing the actual Brighton defence any problems beyond getting to the byline and then cutting it back into an area that they were happy to deal with. And that's when I thought we were playing well. So then, like I say, we get the penalty. We probably should have had a penalty 30 seconds earlier that wasn't given. And again, you've got to give credit to Ahmad for pressing. You've got to give credit for Xerxes for getting in the right position, doing some good hold-up play, winning the penalty. And you've got to give credit to Bruno for scoring the penalty. But from that point, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We probed for the remainder of the first half, didn't create anything significant, and then, as I've said, second half, absolute crap. Absolute, just shite. Absolute nonsense football. Just could not create a damn thing. And I just don't think there is anyone to blame, because it's just another collectively bad performance. And people are going to lobby this at Onana, but you know what? If a goalkeeper makes a mistake, the rest of the team should be there to pick them up and carry over that mistake. They didn't. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Massive game Thursday night now. We have to beat Rangers. We have to. And they'll be up for it. Got to believe Rangers are going to be up for it. An opportunity to get one over on the English. They're going to be well up for it. And if we're not sharp, if we're not at it, we're going to be in danger of dropping out of those automatic qualification spots in the Europa League. And we've got to deliver in the Europa League, because we are not going to deliver anything in the Premier League this year. And again, I've said already, I'm not fussed about an FA Cup run. All focus has to be on the Europa League. But again, we continue to play like that at home. If the standards are going to be that low at home, we're not getting anywhere near winning the Europa League. So in my head, Amorim's got to be backed in these next 2 weeks. The transfer window closes in under 2 weeks' time. He has to be backed. We have to sign a left back. We've got to sign cover in the central midfield positions. And we've got to figure out how to get the ball into the forwards in dangerous areas. It's the only solution. Next question. Should Bayande start against Rangers? Absolutely. Onana has to be dropped for that. You can't have a performance like that and stay in the team. He needs to be dropped. Bayande needs to be in goal for the Rangers game. If he has a good performance, he needs to be in goal for, I think it's Fulham we have next week. I think that's I think we're away to Fulham, aren't we? That's not going to be easy. So we could be on the end of another defeat in the Premier League in that one. But yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Awful. Absolutely awful. What would you do? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.